So with that, let's move on to our next story. So this is all about Raquel telling Ariana, girl, it's all in your head. So this is according to People magazine. Vanderpump Rules, Raquel tells Ariana her fears about Sandoval are, quote, in your own head. As Tom Sandoval's bond with Raquel Leviss grew behind the scenes, then girlfriend Ariana said in a painful conversation that she often got the leftovers as he went peacocking on a night out. I also have a clip for this, so we'll go through the article and then we will watch a clip of the convo, okay? Let's keep going. It seemed as though Tom Sandoval and Raquel were teaming up to place doubt inside Ariana Madix's mind before news of their affair broke. I mean, duh, we all know how diabolical, egotistical, and narcissistic Raquel and Sandoval are. Both of them together are nothing but gaslighters and instigators. It's a lot. It's a lot. On Wednesday's episode of Vanderpump Rules, the Tom Tom bar owner sat down with his then girlfriend to discuss how he had been feeling about the relationship. Quote, it just sometimes feels lately we haven't been as connected, Sandoval 40 began. There's been a lot of things that have been bothering me and stacking up and sort of swept under the rug. He added, my very presence effing annoys you. However, Ariana noted, your very presence, I don't think those are words that I say, just being honest. But this only furthered Sandoval's next point. And that's another thing is you snap at me and you belittle me in front of people. That really hurts my effing feelings, he said. Ariana, 37, then claimed this wasn't the case and she tried to explain her side of the situation. Side note, a couple of things. I think that Ariana's snarky, sarcastic, cold, deadpan, monotone, I'm such a cool girl and nothing bothers me persona that he used to like because it was the antithesis of Kristen Doty. I'm bringing it back. You know, Kristen was a hothead. Kristen was crazy Kristen. She was all over the place. And Ariana really played that I'm so cool and laid back role. And that vibe really irritated the hell out of Kristen. So I think that Ariana's personality type and her persona as like the cool girl and nothing bothers me, which we all know is very unhealthy and not true and was basically a lie. A lot of things bothered her. She just wasn't being honest about it. I think that he was attracted to that personality because he was able to use that personality type to hurt Kristen. Just like I said earlier, I think Tom Sandoval is a narcissist and he uses people to hurt people that he doesn't like. And I think that once that wore off, like once Kristen moved on, Kristen went to therapy, she, was happy in her relationship. Her and Ariana had a friendship, and then everything was cool, kumbaya. Once the chaos ended, once the drama ended, the thrill for him was gone. Once he could no longer hurt people through it, the thrill was gone and control and manipulate. So her personality type that he's now complaining about, because Ariana's like that to everybody. She is very snippy. She is very sarcastic. She is a little cold. She's kind of like, she is like that. It's not a bad thing. I'm very sarcastic myself, all the time. So I'm not coming down on her. I'm not judging her or saying this is a bad thing by any means. Absolutely not. It's just your personality. I think what he used to find endearing now irritates him and agitates him, which happens a lot in relationships. What you used to find so lovey-dovey about the person you were with, now you can't stand and grates on you. All right, let's keep going, okay? Let's keep going. But I think that was something to bring up. She says, but yet you're the only person that I'm constantly wanting to hang out with more, and I never get to hang out with you and have it be just us, Ariana told Sandoval. I've said that for months. You peacocking on a night out, everybody gets that, and then I get the leftovers. Yeah, because he no longer feels like he has to impress you. When he was getting you and love bombing you, you got that version of Tom because he wanted to impress you. And now that he has you, he's not trying to impress you anymore. Sandoval responded, I feel like sometimes, obviously, with all the things you've been going through and stuff, and the stuff I've been dealing with, I don't feel like we are connected in the way we should be. We didn't even take an effing picture together at Sheena Shea's wedding. That's effing crazy, he continued. Okay, I'm going to get into this in a second, but I want to read what she says. She goes, you don't need to feel bad about that, Ariana reassured him. I don't think taking pictures together is a marker for if you're connected to somebody. But Sandoval argued back, okay, dude, I'm not dude. You get me. But yes, it is. Everything that I say, are you going to disagree with? No, I agree with what you're saying about us not being connected, Ariana said. She then recalled how close they used to be and all the activities they would do together, like listening to music while cooking dinner together. Okay, this is the thing. He is very, very sneaky and very manipulative. He knows that in his mind, he is calculating the narrative of Ariana is mean to me. Ariana isn't connected to me. Ariana puts me down. Ariana snaps at me. I've been trying so hard with his little fake scenes with Tom Schwartz. Oh, I get batteries and tissue and toilet paper for the house. You get batteries and toilet papers for the house you live in and use, and you think that's supposed to get you some brownie points? I bring her favorite Starbucks every morning. And what's your point? You're getting Starbucks for yourself too, homeboy. You bring coffee in the morning? So does an assistant. Like, what the hell are you talking about? He's making the most weirdest things because he knows in his mind, he's preparing his exit strategy so that he can say, I was fighting for our love. I was showing her my love. And then Tom Schwartz, the patsy weirdo he is, well, does she show it back? Like, shut up, Schwartz. So both of them are setting up this narrative to make Tom the victim, and to make her the bad guy. She's the one who's checked out. She doesn't want to have fun anymore. She's the one who's mean to him. She's so dismissive of him, which is a bunch of BS, because the only role Ariana has really been playing on this show since she got with Tom was Tom's defender. That was really it. She used to do acting, that stopped. She was doing the cocktail book. He took it over. You know what I mean? She really just has been Tom's defender, But let's keep going. But let's get back to it. So when he's saying things like, you're dealing with stuff, I'm dealing with stuff, we didn't even take an effing picture together at Sheena Shea's wedding, that's effing crazy. Now, this is what is disgusting, evil, diabolical, and extremely manipulative, okay? He's saying to her, we didn't take a picture at Sheena Shea's wedding in Mexico. We're doing so horrible in a relationship. Doesn't memory serve us right that Tom Sandoval, I'll just say rumored, alleged, but we all know the deal, didn't he disappear for 3 hours during the same exact 3 hours that Raquel disappeared at Sheena Shea's wedding? And now everyone was like, oh, were they having sex? So is the reason why you didn't take a picture with Ariana at Sheena's wedding was because you were having sex with Raquel? And now you want to turn around and throw that in her face? So everything Schwartz is saying, we didn't take pictures in Mexico for the wedding. That's right, because you were with Raquel and you were having sex with her. You don't want to go out with him anymore. Oh, that's right, because you're going out at the Abbey at 1:00 in the morning, peacocking and dancing with Raquel, because Allie told it. It's like I said before, the partner in the relationship who usually is the one who was cheating, what they do is they withdraw first. They start going out, never coming home, disappearing, everything he was doing. Also, we don't spend time together. Didn't you spend like extra hours during Labor Day weekend when Ariana's grandmother died and you lied about not being able to get a ride home and instead you stayed to hang out with Raquel? But yet you want to blame you not being connected with Ariana on her when she's like, you say you think my presence is annoying, but you're the person that I'm like begging to spend time with. you know? So what they do is they start to disconnect and withdraw first. And then when they get called out on it, they flip it. Well, we don't hang out anymore. We don't have sex anymore. You don't want to have sex with me. So I'm out. You don't like spending time with me. When the truth is, when someone's like, well, you don't want to have sex with me anymore, usually they're the ones who are out there having sex with somebody else. You don't want to spend time with me anymore. Usually they are the ones who are not coming home, spending all the time out, making excuses and lying and not spending time with you. And they take their own behavior and they flip it onto you. It's crazy making behavior. It's classic gaslighting. Classic. We don't have sex anymore? Well, because you don't want to have sex with me. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean? It's crazy making behavior. Poor Ariana was like a freaking robot. I'm not mad at you, Tom. Girl. And so he was really trying to do that whole narrative. Now, given the way he looked at the reunion when Andy Cohen asked him if he was in love with Raquel, his look was a hell no. There's a part of me that wonders if his plan was actually to ever be with Raquel once he broke up with Ariana. Do you know what I mean? There's a part of me that's like, was that ever the actual end game for him? Obviously not end game forever, because we know how he is. Sure, he ended up with Ariana after Kristen, but there's a part of me that's like, was he just going to use Raquel and then dump her too? Who knows? Okay, let's keep going. No, I agree with that, what you're saying about us not being connected, Ariana said. She then recalled how close they used to be. Okay, we went to that. Growing emotional, Sandoval shared with her, I just want to effing be better. I want us to be intimate. Having sex 4 times a year, that also affects me. That didn't sit well with Ariana, who responded, okay, well, maybe you need to spend time with me because I cannot have sex with somebody who feels like a stranger. See? Also, classic gaslighting. You're not spending time with her. You're not creating that emotional, mental, and spiritual intimacy where she feels comfortable and safe to have sex with you physically, right? And then you want to turn around and throw it in her face that she doesn't feel comfortable having physical sex because you are already checked out and dipped out in every other aspect of the relationship. That's another way to gaslight someone. We don't have sex. Well, you're never here. She further explained in her confessional, to me, quality time is one-on-one, no distractions, no other people, really focus on each other. I want that emotional and physical intimacy. You can't telepath your D into a vagina from the Abbey. And the Abbey is where he was with Raquel at. Sandoval asked Ariana what she considers to be quality time, to which she said, doing an activity, going for a walk around the neighborhood, making dinner together, not necessarily going out and getting drunk together. But he argued, that's your definition of quality time. Well, you're damn right. Didn't you just ask her what her definition of quality time was? This is another way to manipulate and gaslight. So what's your definition of quality time? Oh, spending time with people. Well, that's your definition of quality time. Well, yeah, duh. You just asked me what it was. But when a producer asked what his ideal way of spending quality time was, Tom answered, take some mushrooms together and watch the sunrise. Let's go skinny dipping in the pool. Let's hang out. Let's go hang gliding. I like stimuli. So Tom, this 40-plus-year-old man, because Kristen Doty said that he's about 41, 42, because she said that he's older than her. And he's lying about his age, but who cares? This 40-year-old plus guy, his idea of quality time is taking mushrooms and watching the sunrise and let's go skinny dipping in the pool. or hang gliding. I like stimuli. This is what I mean by he's on something. And now this isn't my opinion anymore. This is what he said out of his own mouth. This is what he said. You know, I had weirdos in the chat, not my candy canes, because my candy canes know the deal. I had some people being like, stop saying that he's on drugs. I said, first of all, it's my opinion he's on drugs. But now he's saying it himself. And they've said it themselves too, multiple times. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot. However, his comment sounded suspiciously similar to what he told Howie Mandel in his recent interview about how his first kiss with their co-star Raquel transpired. We literally talked till the sun came up, he recalled to Howie on the night he and Raquel first crossed the line in their friendship. Allegedly first crossed the line. Sandoval then questioned why Ariana goes out with her other friends, and the two went back and forth a bit about whether or not they share the same interest. Growing tired from this, Sandoval took a moment to sip from his coffee. He ultimately told Ariana, I love you. I want us to be better. Lies and lies. You don't love her. You don't want her to be better. You're just trying to create the narrative where you get to be the victim and she gets to be the bad guys. I'm talking Arrested Development here. He's talking like a freaking freshman in college. Let's do some shrooms and watch the sunrise, guys. Then let's play some video games, Tommy. Like, what? What adult, what person, human being says this stuff like this? It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And apparently he's also on Adderall. You know, I'm repeating what has been said, guys. Repeating what has been said. I know my candy canes know, but just for the world. And all of that stuff. So, and I think that Raquel is down for that. The way she talks, the way she acts like she's on something too. I have more empathy for shorts than I do for you. Let's put the lights on and go to another universe. And like, girl, you're 28, sweetheart. You're not 18. You know, people act like Raquel's like this little girl. No, you're 28. You're 28. You got to grow up. Like, nobody on this show is a kid. Nobody on this show is a kid. She's 28, maybe pushing 29 by this point. Tom's 40 plus. Nobody on this show are kids. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not age shaming by any means, but you know what I'm talking about. Just like a maturity level, a dull level, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, let's watch a little segment and then we'll talk a little bit more, okay? Let's watch. Yeah. Sick, psycho, sick. Like, to me in that scene, Rachel, pick one of her personalities, was trying to get Ariana to say on camera, because I don't trust anything Rachel or Tom does, because I think that they were trying to create this narrative. I think she was baiting her to say on camera that she wanted to break up with Tom, that she wasn't happy with Tom, that she was no longer sexually attracted to Tom and all of that stuff, so that they could then go and use that the way that they've been throwing everything in Katie's face. Well, Katie, you're the one who divorced him, so why do you care? Katie, you did this, you did this, and you said this, and blah, blah, blah. I think that she wanted, because again, I think everything she has said this season to Katie, to Lala, to Ariana, to everybody is just regurgitating what Tom Sandoval has told her to say. I think she wanted it on camera to get Ariana disparaging Tom and the sex life and all of that, so they could have that to then go back and see, it was Ariana who didn't like Tom. It was Ariana who didn't want to have sex. It was Ariana who wanted to break up. She's the bad guy. She was the bad one who checked out. Poor Tom, poor Tom, poor Tom. Oh, Raquel was just, an ear to listen to, and one thing led to another while she was supporting her dear friend Tom Sandoval, who was so heartbroken over mean Ariana not wanting to have sex with him. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it was a setup. I think it was all a setup, because then she goes, well, because, and if you also think about it, Ariana was prior to that scene, they're talking about Katie and they're talking about Schwartz and all of that fallout. And it's Raquel who brings up the issues that Tom and Ariana are having to her. She goes, yeah, well, I did want to talk to you about you and Tom. Like, are you and Tom okay? And like, you said that you guys, blah, 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 and like your dry spells, and do you want to be with him? And then you can even see when Rachel is not getting the response she wants, she gets frustrated. She's like, oh, so you still want to be with him? You want to be in this relationship? And Ariana's like, yeah, like, I think he's really hot and I want to be in my relationship. I want to be talking about it. And she's like, okay. You can see she's getting frustrated because she's not getting the ammunition that she wanted to get from Ariana. Ariana's saying, no, I think Tom is hot. I want to work on a relationship. I want to be with him. We'll probably just talk it through. Yes, we go through dry spells, but we'll get through it. Rachel wanted her to say, yeah, I'm thinking of breaking up with him. We don't have sex. I'm not attracted to him anymore. Blah, 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 blah. To co-sign and echo the BS narrative that Tom Sandoval was already planting with those fake conversations he was having with Schwartz, and that fake conversation he was having with Ariana, and those fake conversations he was having in the confessionals to the producers. He wanted to get Rachel to have Ariana say it for the record on camera. And then she got frustrated when she didn't. That's how calculated and disgusting they are. Just like when we watched the reunion trailer, when they're in their own trailer and the reunion, and Tom's like, they're trying to say we're pathological liars. And she's like, I know, but like, we know we're not, right? It's like, girl. And you know, every single thing she's saying is just regurgitating what Tom Sandoval says. And then once she says it, then Tom jumps in to co-sign what she says. There's a pattern of that. Remember, they did it when they went against Lala at that pool party. It was the episode in the scene when they were all going after Katie because Katie wasn't going to give up her Mexico room. And then what's her face? Bambi. Rachel goes in on Lala being like, oh, you're a bimbo, you're this, Lala, you're that, Lala, blah, 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 going off. And then Tom jumps in to go after Lala and to go after Katie, defending Raquel. She feels bullied. She feels this. You guys are so mean, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Ariana is like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to sit here with Tom versus the girls. She was just regurgitating everything Tom said about Lala, because we already know Tom hates Lala and he hates Katie. Then she's like, well, Katie already hates me anyway, so I might as well hook up with Schwartz. That's a lie. Prior to Raquel hooking up with Schwartz, Katie didn't really have a problem with Raquel. She didn't really pay her dust mind either way. So that was a lie. That was just Sandoval. And then even in this last episode, when Raquel starts getting really disrespectful toward Katie's mom, Terry, Sandoval is the one who interjects and defends Rachel and goes after Terry. Oh, well, Katie was doing this and that's not fair. And then in confessional, oh, it's really tacky to have your mom defend you. Well, it's really tacky to have your robot side chick mistress defend you against everybody else in the world. So you want to talk about tacky, Tom? You're the one who's tacky as hell, because you don't have the guts to say to Lala to her face what you had Raquel tell her. You didn't have the guts to tell Katie to her face what you had Raquel tell her. And you sure as hell didn't have the guts to tell Ariana to her face what you had Raquel tell her. So the only person in this equation is tacky is you. And anybody who in the confessional or to the face disrespects somebody's mother is disgusting and tacky as hell. You're the tacky one. And then you saw Christina Kelly and the other people be like, excuse me, Tom, why are you attacking Terry in defense of Raquel when your girlfriend Ariana is having a nervous breakdown over there with Lisa Vanderpump? Why don't you go check on your girlfriend, who is your business in a relationship, instead of inserting yourself in a conversation that literally had nothing to do with you? Tom Schwartz was in a corner quivering with Peter. He wasn't interjecting, and it was his business. It was his ex-wife, his ex-mother-in-law, the chick he made out with. Tom Schwartz is in the corner, okay? Not saying a damn thing. It was none of Tom Sandoval's business. What did it have to do with Tom Sandoval? What happened with Schwartz, Raquel, Katie, and her mother? Not a damn thing. But yet he was the one interjecting it. Because he winds Raquel up, he tells her what to say, she goes out and says it, and then he jumps in to quarterback her. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.